Okay, so we're doing test 1 review, part A, question 7. So it says find the slope through these 2 points. So we have to use the formula slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now remember that these points just refer to what number in these points. So you have to choose which point is going to be number 1. It doesn't matter. We'll say you're number 1 and you're number 2. And we say you're the x value, the y value, the x value, the y value. But then we put a 1 here and say you're the x value from point 1, the y value from point 1, the x value from point 2, the y value from point 2. And now we just go, okay, what's y2? That's the y value from point 2, which is 3. Subtract. Now what's the y value, or what's y1? That's the y value from point 1, which is a 5. Now it says what's x2? That's the x value from point 2, which is a 7. Put the subtract. These are subtracts in between. x1, that's the x point from point 1. Now see how it says a negative 3? Be careful. Make sure you say negative 3. There's a subtract and then a negative 3. And then we just put this in our calculator. Okay. 3 minus 5 and then down 7 minus a negative 3, which is equal to negative 1 over 5. Oh, and there it is, negative 1 over 5. Okay, next question. Find the slope of the line through the points. Again, we have to use this formula. Slope equals y2 minus y1. You have to memorize this. I will not tell you this formula. Okay, so then you choose what point is going to be number 1. It doesn't matter, just go that one's 1 and that's 2. So that's the x value, the y value, the x value, the y value. But that's the x value from point 1, the y value from point 1, x value from point 2, y value from point 2. Now y2 is this one, negative 3. Now it says subtract, put a subtract. Now it says y1. There's y1. It's the value from the y value from point 1, which is a negative 3. So be careful. Put a negative 3. x2, that's a 6. Subtract, because it has a subtract. Now x1, that's the x value from point 1, which is negative 4. That's a lot of negatives. Okay, it's all right. Now negative 3, subtract negative 3, and on the bottom 6 minus negative 4. 0. Whoops. That's equal to 0. That means the slope, there is no hill. Like the slope means, what does the hill look like? What is the steepness of the hill? If there's a 0, it means there is no hill, which means it's flat. Okay? So now I go, oh, yep, here it is. The slope is 0. Okay? Let's look at the next question. Determine the slope of the line through the given points. If the slope is undefined, state so. Okay, undefined just means the slope is going to go up and down. So remember, if the slope goes up and down, say I'm standing up here, if I jump off, I'm going to die. Okay, there's me. If I jump off, I'm going to die. So the slope is undefined. All right? If it's a vertical line, the slope is undefined. If the slope has no hill, here's me walking, then the slope is 0. Okay? So let's do this. So first we need to know the formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That will be 0.1, 0.2. That's xy, xy. That's the x value from point 1, the y value from point 1, the x value from point 2, and the y value from point 2. Let's put it in. y2. There's y2 and it's 12. It says minus, so put a minus. Now it says y1. The y value from point 1 is 6. Now it says x2. The x value from point 2 is 4. Put a minus, because it says put a minus. Now it says x1. x1 is 2. Okay, so let's put it in the calculator. 12 minus 6 over 4 minus 2 is 3. So my slope is 3. So here, the slope is 3, so I'm just going to enter the number 3 in the box. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Determine the slope of the line through the given points. Okay, so let's call that point 1, that's point 2, x, y, that's x value from point 1, y value from point 1, x value from point 2, y value from point 2. Slope equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, y2, that's negative 7. Subtract y1, negative 5. Be careful, it's a subtract and then a negative 5. And on the bottom is x2, 9, subtract x1, 9. Ooh, what's 9 subtract 9? That's a 0 on the bottom. And then let's put this in our calculator. Let's see what's on the top. That's a 0. Let's just go negative 7 subtract minus 5. So on the top it's a negative 2. When you have a 0 on the bottom, your calculator is going to do this. Let's watch. So if I put all of this in the calculator, or this, because they are the same, let's just put this in. Negative 7 subtract a negative 5 over 9 minus 9. It says there's an error. Okay, and when there's an error, it means there's a 0 on the bottom because you can't divide by a 0. So if your calculator gives you an error, or you get a 0 on the bottom, that means it's undefined, the slope. So here it says the slope is here it says the slope is undefined. We can choose undefined, see? So if we ever get an error in our calculator, and we've put everything in correctly, and it means you have a 0 on the bottom, it means the slope is undefined, which means it's a vertical line going up and down. Okay?